Hey everybody, Sean Colpitz here, owner of SMMACK Combat Management. Just thought I'd take a moment out of my day just to show you my office here. It's not all finished being put together, but basically the ideas behind it I think are great for those who work with people within the combat community, such as fighters, cut persons, announcers, whatnot. The guys who are on ground level. The higher ups, you may have to be a little stuffier, and for the most part, you'll probably be going to their office. However, your own office should have certain elements of that mine do. You don't have to go as nuts or as crazy as I have, but the idea behind it is to show my love, to make it comfortable, and to make it very conducive to the activities that I do here. So for starters, this flag is going to go in the doorway. That's just an aesthetic thing. When it comes to the actual ideas, there we go. Phone's going off already. Phone's my real office, 24/7, 365. But yeah, so take a look here. I've got memorabilia. Of course, mine's all signed. All my posters are SBCs. Photos are all signed. But just having some memorabilia around. Have a poster on the wall of your favorite event or, something that really caught your attention. It's going to put fighters and other people at ease. They're going to see and, bring up conversation. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, I totally remember that fight. Oh, I remember that card, that season, that person. It's great conversation pieces. It's like, oh shit, Roland Delorme from Winnipeg. Oh, that was huge. And then going on, oh, what happened to Miller? Oh man, that poor guy. Oh, Evan Tanner. Oh, such a tragedy. Like there's all these conversation starters. Like Zombie. Oh shit, he won't be around for a while. Yeah, just conversation starters and things to spark memory and just to put them at ease. Right away they're gonna see like you're drawn to the sport, and their eye is gonna be drawn to this stuff too. So I've also got figures, they could be like, oh man, Hoist Gracie, one of the greatest. Oh shit, there's another Hoist. They can come over here. They're like, oh man, really? The GOAT and Fedor Emelianenko? That's awesome. Thanks to Hector for that pick, by the way. Glad Fedor was able to sign it, but that pick is dope. It's an awesome edit. Autographed gloves, like they're really going to appreciate this stuff, and it's just gonna make them feel at ease. So one of my first ideas, is the memorabilia. It doesn't have to be as crazy or extravagant as mine, but just something, Have one of those rings set up on your desk with some figures in it. Like for example, my octagon here has Matt Serra versus GSP for the belt. It's in there. Just something like that. Have a poster. Your poster doesn't have to be signed. Your figures don't have to be signed like these. Gloves don't have to be signed. Nothing has to be signed. Just a couple things around. You can even open them. Just a couple things. Just conversation starters. Put them at ease. Their eye's going to be drawn to it. So do it. Like granted, most of my stuff is UFC and Pride Fighting Championship. But really, it's the easiest stuff to get your hands on. So it's easier to go that way. Second thing I would do, well, I am doing, but if you want to do this instead, or in addition to, electronics. The flag's going to be gone, so that whole wall there is going to be electronics. It's going to be the big screen TV, computers, laptop, video game systems, all hooked up right there against that wall. Fighter comes in, they have a seat on the nice comfortable couch. We throw on the fights, we pull up stats on the computer that we're looking at. We can go through sponsors on the computer, whatever we want to do. Social media access, everything is right there. And a big screen TV, which, the computer can even be hooked up to make it that much easier. Cordless keyboard and mouse, just like I've got upstairs. Nice and easy. The video games, you can sit here, play video games with your fighter, or, combat personality, and, be comfortable while you're talking. Business will still get done. That's the thing, and you'll both be very comfortable in doing so. It'll just make things that much easier. I've also got some workout equipment, if you haven't noticed yet, around. I've got a recumbent bike here that's facing where the electronics are going to be. They want to jump on the bike, you want to jump on the bike, go for it. You know, I've got the weight station here. Oh man, my pre-workout hasn't finished. I've still got some energy. Well, let's blow it off. Let's, you know, lift some weights. Or come over here by the TARDIS, which you may remember from SMACK Combat before the addition of management. I've still got all this energy. Well, I've got some insulation left to install because we did some electrical work. But it's like, you got a heavy bag here. Beat the crap out of it. You got a speed bag here. There you go. You got Pilates. Just because I don't have anywhere else to put this. There's also a treadmill, which just hasn't made its way here yet. Got a mini fridge. It's going to have a Monster decal on it very soon. I got a bunch of Monster promotional materials coming. It's mainly full of coconut water. The soda pop is not mine. But it will actually be put in here as well. That little thing there is going to be a little bar. But yeah, so I've got the workout equipment as well. If you've got room for something like a recumbent bike, a heavy bag, something that simple, even a speed bag in a corner or something like that. Again, it's comfort, lets them let loose, and you still get business done. That's the thing. Business still gets done, and it gets done better because there's better communication with everything that you've created around them. They see that you're in love with the sport. They see that you are involved, that you are really trying to help them, They see everything you've got set up for them, It's not just for you. It's so conducive for business. So good. Just take bits and pieces of what I've done and throw them together in your own office. Do what you can with what you've got. Like I said, doesn't have to be as nuts, doesn't have to be as crazy as what I've done. And then the last thing that I'm doing is on the wall, which I'm not going to show you the information. I've got a map, I've got calendars, and I also have bulletin boards. And everything's written on them. Dates that fighters will be fighting, cut men will be working, or cut persons, sorry, will be working. That's all on there. Notes on every single person on the roster are all on there. Personal contact information all on there. The map. Everybody has their pin, where they are, and string to pin showing where they're going to be. And of course, I'm not going to show you that information. But yeah, it will be available for people who come by the office. They can see how organized it is and be like, wow, this guy's really got his stuff together, really planned out, loves the sport, has given me all this stuff to do. Let's chill, let's work out, let's put on some fights, and let's get business done. Because that's how it is done. Especially in a nice family team environment. This is the way business is. It's the way it should be done. So hopefully I gave you some ideas on what you yourself can do to your own office to help it seem more comfortable and more conducive to getting business done with people within the combat realm. And this is what I've done. So, fighter first, Sean Colpitz from SMACK Combat Management, out.